Alrighty, everybody. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. We're going to get ready to go, so hang on and play some bumper music here, and then we'll have a good program for half an hour. If you got questions, let me know. Thanks to everybody listening on the Outdoor Call Radio app and network. We always appreciate you doing that. Thank you for making us part of your outdoor day, and we'll have a little fun talking a little deer hunting. How about that? So you hang on. Let me go ahead and we'll play just a hair quick of music, and we'll start the show. Okay, hang on. I'll swing that vengeance in the wild we roam. Hearts pounding as we draw our bows. On the hunt for the thrill of the chase. In the stillness of the air, we find our place. With focus and precision, we take our stance. Great adventures where the adrenaline runs high. As we lift the arrow fly, aiming for the sky. Great adventures always on. All right, here we go, gang. Here we go. We're starting the show. Here we go. I grab my quiver and my bow. It's my gear head, don't you know? Climbing to the top with gearhead archery. Heart racing as I take aim, my spirit soaring high as I release my... All right, welcome to this week's edition of Buk Talk Radio on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Hope everyone's having a great Wednesday all across the good old US of A. What is today's date? It's the 24th. I put the 23rd on there. I'll have to change that. Hello to everybody listening on the app and watching on the live stream. Got a fun show today. We're going to be talking with Phillip Vanderpool. Little early deer season tactics and stuff to get ready for what you need to do to be more proficient in the field this year. If you got questions, just hit me up on the messenger on the other side. Definitely say hi to everybody. And if you got questions, I will get that on there. Let me go ahead and get on the phone and let's see if we can get Phillip on the line. He is driving, so hopefully we can still get a hold of him and see what's going on. Everybody having fun today? I'm having fun. It's always a good day on Buk Talk Radio. What are you doing, Phillip Vanderpool?
Well, just cruising down the highway, trying to get home.
Can you believe we're almost into July?
Dude, I tell you what, that's what we were just talking about this morning. It's over halfway through the year. You blink, and anymore, the older you get, the quicker it goes by, don't it?
Yeah, it just seems like deer season gets over with, and then we got turkey season to look forward to, which we all love to chase in longbeards, that. But it just seems October. I have to wait till October in Iowa, and some folks get to hunt early September, or some folks going out late August, September going out west. But when it gets to July, it tends to seem to speed up a little bit more, Phillip.
Yep, I agree. 100%.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah, you've been running cameras. I've been getting some decent pictures. Got a couple really nice bucks I'm kind of watching grow, which is always interesting. What are you doing this time of year to get ready for the field?
Oh, yeah, been putting out trail cameras. I spent quite a bit of time up there with Chris. And we're getting some trail cameras out and making some mock scrapes and stuff, and the growth on the deer this year seems incredible so far. Mm-hmm. Kansas, Arkansas, Missouri, Iowa. Man, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And we've had so much rain. I went back down to the lease and I had to get on it on the Polaris just not to get stuck on that back property was just standing water everywhere, Phillip. I don't think I've ever seen it that bad.
I'll tell you what, at home, where I live here in Arkansas, in the Ozarks there, we had over 21 inches in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's been, the Buffalo River has just been flooding places. We've had a lot of moisture at home. Of course, I really haven't been home that much because I've been, it's just like now I'm coming from Tennessee. I've been up there at Reelfoot Lake there with Gary Mason, and we had some outdoor riders, and a group of us just went up there to have some fun and crappie fish and bluegill fish. We She done a little fishing. We just had a great time, short but sweet.
Yeah. Well, I got a chance to get some stuff done out at the farm. I got some cameras hung and some good pinch points. And like I said, I put out a mock scrape back on that north side, and I got deer and I got does, fawns, bucks in that thing every night. Up on the other side of the horseshoe, they're hitting that very well. So I would think, they're growing about an inch a day right now. We should be able to start cataloging deer and kind of seeing what we got running around our farms.
You bet, 100%, buddy. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be we say it every year, but I'm really hoping and praying it's just going to be a tremendous year all the way around, man. I'm pretty excited for sure.
Yeah. Where are you going? I know you're hunting at Chris's this year because I told him, he said he got a couple new farms, and I said, well, keep Phillip out of there until after I get down there and get back home. Besides, I know you'll be down at Donovan's at Triple H. Where else you going this year?
Well, be Triple H, and that's Kansas, obviously. Actually going to be doing some late season hunting with my buddy up there, Owen Rickler, up there in southern Iowa there. So looking forward to that with Midwest Whitetail. Then Arkansas, I'm going to hopefully get a deer here at home that I can get something, with some decent size. I haven't shot one here since 2018, since I shot that big deer. But then I got a buddy out in Indiana. I may go out there and try to shoot one of his culls. And believe me, one of his culls, anybody would just about shoot. So I don't know if I can work that in my schedule. I'm going to try to do that. But it's going to be I think it's going to be a really, really fantastic year.
Yeah, is that Rhonda on her phone?
Oh, that's her GPS over there.
Yeah, you just tell her GPS to settle down.
Yeah, I agree. I hear you.
So what's some early season tips? We talk about getting your tree stands trimmed out now. Now because if you bump a deer by October, they're not going to remember that. So you want to do it sooner than later. But what other tips would you recommend for folks to get out there and get done so their hunting's a little bit easier this fall?
Well, obviously, mock scrapes is a huge thing for me to put up, trail cameras right now. When and if it's legal and different things that you can use to have the deer come in and hit those mock scrapes, I tell you, it's amazing to me. That's probably the number one thing I really try to do. A little bit of boot block preparation, and I know guys are like me and they have small, like at home, I've got small places to hunt and small pieces of property. So if you can get some type of food source on them and get them prepared there, like, something that's easy to grow, just make you a hunt plot. That's what I like to do. Set it up around where you can hang the tree stand or put you a good ground blind up of something and build your food plot around what you can hunt. And obviously it may not be one that obviously you can get a little bit of fertilizer out there on it. Clover grows good, wheat, rye, anything to attract the deer, and put you a small water source. Something I do is I'm going to dig them up and use, like these little rubber containers that carry mineral and stuff there for livestock and stuff.
Yeah.
Bury one of them, and if it's a place you can get to pretty easy to carry a couple 5-gallon buckets of water, something. Water is a huge source, especially early season. And during the rut, man, you've got to have water. Food cover and water are the three main things you got to look at. And just make some of them little hunt plots. That's what I'm going to be doing when I get home. Because we've had so much moisture, it's not been a problem much to worry about right now. But that's what we're going to be doing, or I am, is trying to make something happen.
Yeah, like I said, we've had so much rain. The ponds are really good. We got the river running through where we are down there too, so that helps a lot with the EHD mitigating that. If you're going to put water sources, if you're going to use a tub or if you're going to put a liner down, try to make sure you put gravel or some other rock or something around the edge of that to mitigate the mud, so the midges don't have anywhere to breed. And if you're exactly right. If you got water you're going to have a better chance of keeping deer running around where you're going to be hanging your stands.
Yeah, well, I tell you, I try to. A lot of my ground that I hunt there at home is clay based.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I can dig out and make it. It basically it's almost like like say an old logging road. That and you find a clay based, man, you can put something in there, and it can sure make a difference. You
yeah.
know.
Well, it's just no different than when we were elk hunting out of Colorado. That one hollow up there on Toby's or whatever that place was called. Remember that
Oh yeah.
that as soon as that water hole was gone, them elk they weren't around. But when it was full, there was elk up there all the time. Remember?
Oh yeah, I know exactly because that was one of the places that I first started there up there years ago. Trying to establish that. But you're exactly right.
Yeah.
Makes a difference. Water, they gotta have water.
Yeah, it makes a big difference. That's for sure. I've got two scrapes going. I got a couple different mineral sites going. It's all seeing really good activity. What is your? I tell you, I've been very impressed with Jinxum. Their synthetic misfortune's been working really well, and I like the synthetic because I don't always have to keep it refrigerated. I can keep that in my pack, and I don't have to worry about it spoiling and stuff. What are you going to right now?
Well, I've tried a variety of things, but obviously something that's to do with the conquest sense stuff has been really good for me. But I've heard Jinxum is doing some things, really great things, and I may end up talking to Don about some more things, but we'll see how it goes. But gosh, I've got a lot of things going that's working. I mean that's one thing about it. Some of the mock scrapes I've done, I've been in situations where I've just made the mock scrape,
Mm-hmm.
made a hanging limb there and stuff on it, just and not put anything. And I've had deer, especially if it's close to a trail or a place, head of a draw where they got a trail coming around or something, or where they're jumping a fence, things like that. I've actually not, actually got mock scrape started without using anything. But I mean, it definitely makes a difference when you're using a good product to make the mock scrapes. There's no question about it.
Yep.
And I would recommend that. But like I say, there's been a time or two that I've ran into a situation where I ran out of products or didn't have anything. I thought, man, right here, let me just at least start it, and I'll come back and freshen it up later, with something. So keep that in mind, and just make sure some of the states you can't use real urine-based products and things like that. You
Got to
have
use.
to use synthetics,
Yeah.
but my state, Arkansas, is opening back up where we can use urine. So I'm pretty excited about that now.
Yeah, absolutely. Say hi to Jeff in New York. Hey, Daryl out there in Oklahoma. Good to see you. Thanks for watching tonight. Appreciate you. It's amazing to me because I mean we started doing that about 6-7 years ago with the mock scrapes and stuff, and it's amazing how well that really does work, Philip. And I mean we've always had good success with just keeping an eye on some of the deer and what they're doing, and seeing what kind of residential deer we do have in that area.
My trail cameras, it's amazing, guys. I mean, I've got hundreds and hundreds of video clips of bucks using mock scrapes. And I'm talking about when they don't have any antlers at all the way up to where they're starting their velvet and just continue. Now, most of the time, they're hitting the licking branches. But you'll be surprised occasionally you'll have one walk in the midsummer in velvet and just wear that thing out. I've got a 2.5-year-old, looks like, coming up right now. I just had one, and I mean, he's just beating the limb down, man, pulling on it, biting on it, just wearing it out, and then pawing the ground. It's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, what about someone thinks they're going to hunt off the ground this year? They're not wanting to get into a tower blind or ground blind or a stand. Now would be a great time to get out there and kind of get your shooting lanes cut and get that situated. Then you could put some fresh green back cover and stuff when you get ready to hunt. And then it's not going to really be that noticeable, but it'll make you blend in more. Now would be a good time to do that, wouldn't it?
Well, it would. Now, what you have to be careful is everything turning brown. Like say you're cutting trees down and turning brown. But now cedars and stuff, you can go ahead and get it started for sure. And it'll definitely make a difference in cutting out some shooting lanes and stuff.
Yeah.
Anytime you can improve your hunting situation, now's a good time to do it. and I'd recommend doing the deer pretty quick because it's probably going to start getting hot in the next few weeks here. So.
Yeah, it's going to be in the high 90s the next couple of weeks. But there's a couple cedars I know that I saw that shooter coming on the backside of that horseshoe last year, and he's got a couple of natural scrapes over there. But Philip, I've really been trying to stay off of them. I don't want to get in there and mess with them because he goes to that. He goes to them every year.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but I think that's a good spot to sit up on the ground and set up. I think and do a little decoying.
Sure, and and the main thing when you're setting up there, make sure that you set it. Your backdrop is good where they can't silhouette you.
Right.
With that decoy, that attention is to that decoy makes all the difference in the world in a setup like that for sure. But especially in the evenings when your thermals are starting to drop and come down, that's a really, really good time to do that particular setup. It can sure pay dividends to hunt off the ground. Like I love hunting off the ground. It's my favorite way to hunt whitetail because I like them up close and personal and eye level.
Yeah. Well, and you don't have to worry about getting in and out. It's pretty quiet. You can slip in there and get your stuff set up and not make a lot of noise.
Not a noise, and it's probably the safest thing you can do.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like cedars. I like hunting. I've always liked hunting in a pine or cedar because it gives you a natural cover scent too.
Oh, absolutely. And I'll tell you what, when I get there, a lot of times I'm going to rub my hands and stuff and kind of rub a little bit of that cedar and stuff on me just a little bit, just for what you said.
Yeah, it does. It does a great job. Hey, Brant, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for tuning in today. Yeah. All right, it is 5:15 and some change. We're talking with Phillip Vanderpool, and he's on the road. So, what else you got going on besides you're heading home? Or is that all the traveling you're going to do until you start hunting, or you got to go do some more stuff?
Oh no, I'll be going back up probably to going to Missouri, maybe Southern Iowa, and doing some things up there. I'm probably going to make a trip to Kansas, go out there and put maybe fill up some feeders and for inventory and get some mock scrapes refreshing, if you will, and may try to do that. Josh Anderson has got a place out in Kansas, so we may team up and go out together. He hunts out further west than where I'm at, but and try to get some things going out there, and maybe some weed whipping. Putting them. Right now everything's going up around a lot of the cameras I've already had, so you got to get there, and I use them old fashioned weed whackers or weed whips. That's what I like to use, and clean everything out there where I can get good clean video and pictures and stuff of the deer and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, buddy. I'm going to cut you loose since you're driving. I'll get you back on in a couple weeks when you're home, and you can pay attention to what you're talking about. And
absolutely. No, I'm good. Rhonda's driving. I got her over at chauffeur.
Oh, you got her chauffeuring. So what are you over there eating your biscuits and gravy and stuff while she's driving?
Yeah, well, I done that just so when I was talking to you.
How's Chris's places looking? Is the acorn crop looking good? The oaks looking pretty full?
Well, they're starting. I definitely saw some places there the other day that we were up there looking, and definitely going to be some white oaks for sure.
Yeah,
looks like they're going to be doing well. So
you know where you shot your turkey on the farm? Yeah. There's them big oak trees right there. They're already loaded with acorns, man. It's gonna be yeah, that's gonna be a hot spot this fall.
Okay, yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, they like those acorns, Sam.
Yeah,
No doubt.
yeah, they love that's like candy to them. That's for sure. All right, tell them where they can find out more stuff. What you're doing.
Okay, yeah, check us out on Facebook and Instagram, Phillip Vanderpool, The Virtue TV, and you can find us on Carbon TV and obviously on YouTube right now, on the YouTube channels under my name or under The Virtue TV. But we got a lot going on. Going to be coming on here pretty quick. We're working on episodes now, and that's what I got to do is get there and get everything worked up and get all the interviews and everything for the show content. That's what I'll be working on. That mock scrapes.
Yeah, make sure you get your turkey hunt with your gearhead over to Ryan when you can too, will you?
Okie dokie, Smokey. Yeah, I told Josh the other day about that. So Should be heading that way.
Okay, buddy. You guys travel safe, and I'll talk to you soon. Let me know if you need anything.
All right, same here. See you, bye.
There he goes, Phillip Vanderpool, everybody. Fine feller right there. You won't find a better guy than Phillip. He does a great job. Let me hit a real quick break. It'll only be a couple minutes. We'll be right back. Got a lot of stuff to tell you about on Buk Talk Radio, brought to you by the fine folks at Rupert's Red and Peace Grunt Calls, Wind Scent, Predator Camo, Gearhead Archery, Face Off E-Bikes, Racks and Tracks Taxidermy in Knoxville, Iowa, Kool-Aid Archery, Fourth Arrow, and let's see, Norlander Socks and Weeby Knives, just to name a few. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Turkey hunters are a special breed that look forward to every day breaking that very first tree call every season. One thing we all have in common, that's when it's time to start calling. We want to sound like a real turkey. Well, that's why I always take a Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey call with me when I hit the woods. Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls are handcrafted. What's up, everybody? By Todd Rupert of Pennsylvania. Todd is known for his ability to make great-looking calls that sound like a real hen. He uses the best crystal, glass, slate, and aluminum on all his pot calls that allow you to make the subtle purrs to the sharpest cuts and excited yelps that will get any town fired up. Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls now offer a three-dimensional design box call that would make any collector happy and also sound great in the woods. So when you hit the turkey woods this season, make sure you have a Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey call in your vest. Easy to run calls that sound like the real thing, and hey, they also look great. That's Rupert's Roost and Peace turkey calls. You carry one of these great calls in your vest this season, and you're going to let that Tom roost in peace.
This July, it's all happening in Des Moines. The Delta Waterfowl Duck Hunters Expo, presented by Heavy, is coming to town, hosted by Delta Waterfowl, the Duck Hunters organization. For decades, Delta Waterfowl has worked to put more ducks in the sky, more habitat on the ground, and more hunters in the blind. Now they're bringing it all together for one massive weekend. 3 days, one place. The biggest names in waterfowl. The latest gear, boats, calls, decoys, guns, and hands-on demos from the pros who live it. Bring the whole family and connect with hunters who share your passion for the flyway. July 24th, 25th, and 26th at the Iowa Event Center. Tickets and event details are available now at deltawaterfowlexpo.com. Don't just talk about duck season. Get ready for it. The Delta Waterfowl Duck Hunters Expo, presented by Heavy, hosted by Delta Waterfowl, the Duck Hunters organization. See you in Des Moines this July.
Well, you finally got that deer tagged, and you're heading to home. Wouldn't it be nice to have a partner waiting for you to help you get that big buck out of the truck or side-by-side for skinning and processing without struggling? Well, Minerva Creek Game Hoisting Systems will be there to help you. Minerva Creek Game Hoisting Systems are made in the USA in Springfield, Missouri. These high-quality game hoisting systems are engineered to handle any type of big game, perfect for the hardcore hunter or outfitter. You work so hard to get that opportunity. You want to get every ounce of that quality protein to the deer processor or in the freezer for your family. Minerva Creek Game Hoisting Systems were engineered to help you do that. They carry several different models that will meet the needs for the single hunting family or outfitter's budget. So this season, don't worry about having help back at home or camp. Minerva Creek Game Hoisting Systems that will make every hunting camp easier. Go check them out at minervacreek.com or give them a call at 515-446-2383.
I grab a quiver in my bow. It's my dear head, don't you know?
All right, welcome back to Buk Talk Radio with Outdoors Dan on the Outdoor Call Radio Network. Hope everyone's having a good day today. Timmy Probasco, hello there, buddy. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate that. Oh, Phillip, he's always a lot of fun. I can't wait. We'll get him back on. We'll talk a little bit about decoying and calling and stuff when we get closer to the season. Dirk Stark, how you doing there, buddy? I haven't heard from you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. I'm glad you're okay. That's going good. Urban Seasons, we're getting ready to start Urban Seasons in Iowa on September 20th, and that's going to go to January 25th. We're going to be doing a contest. I had a couple people say that they were wanting to know about scent control and some of the stuff, and everybody's on a budget right now, and could we do something? And I said, absolutely, we'll do something. So I mentioned this a couple times already, but I'll do it again. So if you go to Rupert's Roost and Peace Turkey Calls, and you order a Rut and Peace grunt call. Now, it could be this one, or it could be the one with the plastic tube. I don't really care. This is the wood one's one of my favorites, and Todd does just an amazing job with them. The detail on them is great. They sound awesome. Just go there, order starting August 1st. Okay, so we got a few weeks yet. August 1st, and I'm going to run this till September 25th because whoever wins, I want to be able to get them. I'm going to give away a $500 Ozonics unit. Okay, so whoever wins, I don't care. You can buy one, you can buy two, you can buy three. I don't care. Just send me the individual orders. Or if you do one order and you get 3 calls, I'll put you in the folder 3 times. Okay. And then I will draw the winner September 25th, and I will get that UPS'd out to whoever wins it. Now, if we get up to 20 people, I'm going to put a little more skin in the game from my budget. I'm going to throw in a Tacticam Reveal camera. Okay. So one person will win the Ozonics unit. That's on sale. Those are on sale right now for $500. Those are normally, I think they're $699 normally, but I think they're on sale for $500 right now. I will throw in another Tacticam Reveal camera, so you'll have 2 winners. Chances of winning. You're already going to win because you're going to have a great grunt call, but I just trying to help everybody out, and we'll do that. So that's going to be the next big thing that we push on August 1st. So there you go. I had a couple questions about scent control. Yes, what I like to do, Linda, this is from Linda in Ohio. Linda, I like to just wash all my clothes. I use a scent-free detergent, okay? And then I'll also use my Ozonics. If I don't get a lot of sweat, perspiration, and blood in my clothes, if it's not stinky, I'll go ahead and throw it in my Ozonics bag, and I'll do a dry wash, so that way my camo doesn't fade. You do a lot of washings, your camo pattern can fade over time, and so I like using the dry wash. Now, if I tag out on a deer or whatever, a bear, and I get blood on me, then I go ahead and I do a thorough wash with them. But you want to do it with a scent-free detergent, and then use a scent-free dryer sheet or let them hang up and air dry. And then I'll still throw it in my Ozonics bag and use my Ozonics, and then that way I know when I go to hunt, it's going to be scent-free as much as possible. So that's what I like to do, Linda. And then when I get to the field, I don't wear my camo when I'm driving, because just in case I stop and get something to eat or snack, which I've been known to do, and I don't have to worry about getting anything or spilling anything on my hunting clothes. I wear like a t-shirt and sweatpants or a base layer. And boy, Predator's got these really nice base layer pants, man. They're like sweatpants. They're super soft, and they're really nice. So that's what I'll wear to the hunting ground, and then I'll dress in the field and then take off and go. Spray down really good. That's my scent regimen, and I try to do that as much as I can. And I've said this 100 times. I don't think you can do anything and everything you can do. You're not going to get 100% of your scent out at the molecular level. I don't think it's humanly possible unless you're in a hazmat suit. But I know that Ozonics works. I've seen firsthand deer come downwind that should have winded me and did not. I had bear do the same thing. I'm a firm believer in that Ozonics, and I'm also a firm believer in doing that regimen of scent control. So Linda, I hope that helps you. And go to jinxsomescents.com, and there's some things happening there pretty soon too. Let's see. I told you about that already. I got that. Reveal Cameras has got a trade-in program going on. If you want to check that out, if you're wanting to upgrade or update some of your Tacticam trail cameras, go check them out at revealedbytacticam.com. Jinx Some Scents is going to be doing a show tonight. It's the Dawn and Sean show at 7 p.m. on Facebook. Hey, and also, too, if you can, I put a post up on social media. Would you please go and subscribe to the YouTube channel, the Outdoor Call Radio's YouTube channel? We're live streaming now. I'm actually streaming to Facebook and YouTube at the same time now. So you'll have 2 different channel or networks to watch the live streams. If you're out and about, if you're doing something, you can go either one and watch them now. So if you could do that, I would appreciate that. I'd like to keep that going. Let's see. Any questions? No questions. I think I got everybody caught up. And let's see. Bowstring Adventures is running on Carbon TV. We will be putting season number 2 out in September. I want to thank Modern Spartan Systems, Gearhead Archery, Predator Camo, Wyckoff Feeding and Cooling, Cookies Barbecue Sauce, Kool-Aid Archery, Fourth Arrow Camera Arms, Wind Scent, and Weeby Knives, Norlander Sock Company, and everybody that for just helping us partner on the show, Jinx them. And I'll tell you more about that as we get closer to. So thank you for that. We will have a deer mount contest to do. We're going to be giving away a shoulder mount. That is going to start September 15th with Racks and Tracks, and you'll be able to qualify for a couple different ways. I'll tell you more about that when we get closer as well on there. Man, I think that's it. I think we're all caught up. I was going to hold Phillip a little longer, but that road noise was getting in my headphones. I wanted to keep that as clean as I could. If you guys got any questions, you got anything you want me to talk about, just shoot me an email, outdoorsdan@mac.com. You can find my email go to outdoorsdan.com. You can get to the website there, the outdoorcallradio.com. That'll work. Hi, Tom. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. And my email's right there. Just shoot me an email what you want us to talk about, and I'll get it booked for you. We're going to be talking about field dressing. We're going to be talking about stand placement. So I'm going to have some saddle hunting. I saw a really cool thing on saddle hunting. Hi, Tommy. You actually can use it like a climber. And I thought that was pretty slick. So I'm going to try and get a hold of those guys, and we can talk a little bit about that. Because they had a guy on there that wasn't skinny, and he was using it. I'm not going to say I'm going to do that. But I know saddle hunting has become very, very popular, and I think that would be a good topic for a show. If you got something you want me to chat about, like I said, shoot me an email, and I'll get on it. All right, I'm going to wrap it up just a minute short tonight. We got through pretty quick. Deer are sounding the summer plots at the farm. Larry just sent me a text. Mac's got some good stuff going on in Missouri. He does. He does. Don't forget, tune in to Dawn and Sean tonight at 7. Also at 7 o'clock, if you're into the spooky stuff, the ghost hunting, Unknown Files is on with the Illinois Paranormal Research Group on the Outdoor Call Radio app. Do a little ghost hunting tonight. Delta Waterfowl Convention's coming up in about a month, July 24th through the 26th at the Iowa Event Center. Iowa Jeep Show is September 11th through the 13th in Garwin, Iowa. That's a great show if you love to go four-wheeling and stuff like that. And they'll take good care of you. That's going to wrap it up for me. Let me get out of here. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, we'll talk to you on Saturday and go from there. Have a good night, everybody.